Hi everyone, my name is Karin Ng and I am a SharePoint consultant here at Sixth Street Consulting. My experience includes helping large enterprise clients with intranet rebranding and intranet migration. At this point, I'd like to let everyone know that this webinar is being recorded and will be available later next week as an on-demand webcast. If you have any questions during the webinar, please submit them in the questions section of your GoToWebinar control panel, or you can submit them in the chat box as well. For this demo, I will be using a practice SharePoint 2013 environment that was built for a hypothetical company called Contoso. I will mainly be demoing from the perspective of Garth Fort, the marketing manager at Contoso, and I'll also be using a couple other user accounts to show you the different business scenarios to explain some of the new features of SharePoint 2013. To start off, let me give you a brief overview of the new user interface. Currently, we're on Contoso's intranet homepage, which may have a layout that you're already familiar with. At the top of the page, you can see the site navigation as well as throughout the page content that's relevant to the company. As you can see, the UI is slightly different from earlier versions in that I have a global navigation at the top of my page. You can see we're currently in Office 365 or SharePoint in the cloud. Since we're in the cloud, we can see the links to Outlook, Calendar, and People. If we were on SharePoint on-premise, we would only see the three links distinct to SharePoint, which are Newsfeed, OneDrive, and Sites. As you can see, Newsfeed is one of the new features of SharePoint 2013. The newsfeed is a new way for me to start my day because it allows me to see the activity going on throughout SharePoint that's relevant to me. I can follow people that I work with or interested in working with. I can follow documents that I want to track progress on or that I'm collaborating on. I can follow sites that I frequently visit or interested in being updated on. And I can also follow tags or topics that I'm interested in and want to be updated on. In this example, I will be giving a presentation next month about the new XT series product we're launching, and I'd like to get help from other users in my organization. First, I see that Alex is working on the strategy document, and I want to let him know that I saw it and appreciate his work without leaving a long comment, so I can just go ahead and like this, and he'll see it when he comes to his newsfeed. I'm going to start a conversation to see if anyone else is interested in helping me out with this launch. I'm going to leverage hashtags or tags so that users who are following this tag will see this in their newsfeed. Users will also have the option to follow this tag so that going forward, any post made with this tag will be shown in their newsfeed as well. Traditionally, this is something that would have been done through email, but with SharePoint 2013, the process is much more integrated in the way that I work, and by leveraging following and tagging, my post may reach out to more people than I wouldn't have thought to email. Now I'm going to switch user accounts and I'm going to go to Molly's newsfeed. Since I'm following Garth, I can see his posts in my newsfeed. I want to reply to him and let him know that my colleague and I are interested in helping out with this event. I'm going to use the mention feature and tag Zarinka. That way, when she comes to her newsfeed, she'll see that she's been tagged in this post. Now I'm going to switch back to Garth's newsfeed. Now that I'm in Garth's newsfeed, I can see that Molly replied to my post. I don't really know much about Molly, so I'm going to click on her name to see her profile. Now that I'm in Molly's profile, I can learn more about her. I can read her bio as well as look at past projects that she's worked on and skills that she has. I can also see recent activity. By looking at Molly's profile, I can tell that she'll be a really big help on this project. So I'm going to go ahead and follow her, and that way when she makes any updates, I will see them in my newsfeed. From all this information, it looks like Molly is going to be a big help in my project, and I may never have known about her had I gone the traditional way of email and word of mouth. Now that I have enlisted the help of some of my colleagues, I'm going to create a new team site so that we can all collaborate. This is what a brand new team site looks like. It's not a whole lot different from SharePoint 2010 in that I get some lists and libraries created automatically, but what you'll notice is different is this getting started with your site web part. This allows me to easily create and continue building out my team site without having to go to all of those backend pages. Through this web part, I can share or permission my site to other users, add tasks and other list libraries and other apps to my site, as well as personalize the site with some branding. You can see that one of the tiles is working on a deadline. I'm going to take advantage of this and add a task and calendar to my site. Since Molly and Zarinka offered to help me, I'm going to share this site with them. Once I start typing their names will start to auto-populate so I can easily select them. I have an option to send them an email once they are permissioned to the site, and I want them to be able to edit this site, so this edit level permission is good. What you just saw is a new way to permission users to the site. I still have the option to go into the backend and permission users the old way, but this is just an easier and faster option. I think I'm done customizing my site for now, so I'm going to go ahead and remove this getting started web part. I can always go in the backend and get to those features. Now that I have my site the way I want it, I'm going to create some tasks for us to start working together. In SharePoint 2013, Datasheet View is now referred to as Quick Edit, and a lot of the pain points have been resolved. I can edit, manage metadata, add new columns, and I still have access to the date and people pickers just like I would in the standard form. Another great thing about Quick Edit is I can copy and paste data from Excel straight into this Quick Edit form. So if I already have information in an Excel, I can easily copy and paste it straight into this list. I'm going to add these tasks to my timeline so that I get a visual representation of when each task is due. Now that I'm done creating the tasks, I'm going to stop editing this list and go back to my home page. As you can see, the Newsfeed has also been integrated into the team site experience. This will allow me to start targeted conversations with my team members while still funneling up to their personal newsfeed if they follow the site or a tag used. My launch presentation is about the new XT2000 product, so I would like to find some information about the previous product, XT1000, to give me some ideas. The SharePoint search is all about discovering relevant information, organizing the results, and taking actions. On the search results page, I have search refiners on the left to help me narrow down my results. If I'm looking for a specific result type, such as an Excel or PowerPoint, I can click on that and it'll only show me results for that type of document. Once I click all, I can go back and see all the different types of documents. I can also refine by author. If I knew that Dennis had a document that I wanted to see, I could click his name and it'll show me all of the documents that were authored by Dennis. Once again, clicking all brings me back to all search results. With 2013 search, I can also see metadata associated to the document as well as a full preview of the contents. I can see inside of the document without actually having to open it. Depending on the result type, the hover panel will show me slightly different information. As you can see here, we have a PowerPoint, and I can go through the PowerPoint slides without actually having to open the document. And then for this Word document here, I can take a look inside the Word document, again, without actually having to open it. With the SharePoint 2013 search, it also allows me to filter my results by class using these search verticals you see here. Currently, we're viewing everything, but I could also narrow my search results down to people. It'll show me people that are related to my search. I can also do this for conversations, which will show me any community or newsfeed activity related to my search. And once again, I can hover over the search results and I can see metadata and more information about the result. A common problem in organizations is the loss of knowledge because it's hard to find or it's stored in someone's head. With SharePoint 2013, organizations can leverage communities to help combat this problem. Communities facilitate discussions with a question and answer format and the ability to see top contributors and assign badges to users. These communities are organized around a general topic. For example, I'm going to go ahead and take a look at the marketing topics community so I can get more information on my project I'm working on. Once inside the community, I can see all of the different posts related to this community. Additionally, I can see the top contributors within this community. The top contributors are the people who are the most active and involved within the community. Since I'm working on the XT2000 campaign, I'm going to go ahead and click on this post I see about it. I see Sarah is looking for some information about this XT2000 campaign, and I know she has 2 replies. After reading them, I like Janet's reply the best, so I'm going to mark it as best reply. Now, no matter how many replies Sarah's post gets, Janet's will always be on top. The best reply is especially helpful when users are asking specific questions. It allows users with the same question to quickly find the best answer. Also, as we saw with search, all this information is accessible through search, which ensures the information will live beyond an immediate conversation or within someone's head. OneDrive is a personal workspace where I can manage all of my documents. Since I'm currently working on a press release for the London launch event, I'm still in the early phases, so I don't want to publish it to our team site yet. So I'm going to go ahead and store it in my OneDrive until I'm ready to post it. I can go ahead and upload the document to my OneDrive from my desktop. The advantage of storing documents in my OneDrive is that I can access them from anywhere. I can also take advantage of version history, and also if I want to collaborate with other users, I don't need to email them a copy. I can just send them a link to the document in my OneDrive, and then they can see the document there. It's also an authoritative source of the document, since if I send a copy to someone, they might be able to make a change to it, and I won't be able to see that change unless they send it back. Whereas if they were to edit the document that's stored in my OneDrive, I will be able to see the changes once they save it. Now that I've uploaded the press release for the launch event, I want to go ahead and share that document with Molly because I want her to see it. Currently, the document is only viewable by me, but I want to give Molly the permission to the document, so I'll go ahead and enter her name and select it. I have the ability to let her edit it or just view it. I just want her to view it for now, so I'll select view. I'm going to send Molly a personal message just so she knows to take a look at the document. I'm going to make sure send an email invitation is checked. That way, Molly will get an email letting her know I've shared this document with her and that she can review it. I also have other options with my OneDrive. I can connect it to my Outlook, and then I can also sync them to my desktop. And this will allow me to access my documents and edit them offline. And once I connect back to the internet, I'll be able to sync the documents and see the changes in my OneDrive. As you can see, with SharePoint 2013, a lot of the great features from SharePoint 2010 have remained the same, and some even better new features have been introduced. The whole purpose of SharePoint is collaboration and content management, and the new version of SharePoint really emphasizes that. And that concludes today's webinar on new features and capabilities in SharePoint 2013. Thank you everyone for joining.